Hi, hello. So for today's video, I will be practicing perspective. I wanted to try this video series out where I practice things I am not really good at because I think it's, well, first of all, I need to practice, obviously. And then secondly, I think as, like, if you're a beginner, to see somebody who's, like, I would consider myself intermediate, or somebody's, like, good, and I don't know, I think I'm okay, but good, to have struggles, and for some of the drawings to turn out not pretty looking, I think it is good for you, so you know everybody starts somewhere and everyone can start anywhere at any point in their art journey. And even though it's kind of like self-conscious for me because I'm like showing off some of my practice drawings and some of them are not pretty, I think it's good for you guys. Also, if you like the drawings in this video, or if you like this video and you're not subscribed, you should subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, you should like and share. Okay, now that I'm done shilling, let me go get back to the video. So for this drawing, it is divided into two parts. One part, I'm showing you my practicing, and then the next part is I'm showing you a finished piece I made with that practice. Now, did I get perfect at perspective while doing this? No, but I think I did get decently better, and I also think if someone asked me to do a perspective, I think I could actually do it with references, of course. Okay, now that I'm done talking, I'm going to talk about the sketches, or I'll say their order first. I did Sailor Moon, Yuri from Doki Doki Literature Club, Harley Quinn, and then Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. Those were the 4 sketches. There is another sketch between Sailor Moon and Yuri, but it was a sketch I kind of screwed up, and so I don't count it. Okay, so for the first sketch, I was just warming up that day, so it was very easy, like sort of like bending in front of you, a pose, so that I could get like the perspective of like a body going forward in front of another body, which I'm okay at that perspective. I've done piece artworks with that perspective and it's been okay, and so this was okay. I think I could have done better in hindsight, but it's whatever. And also for the second one, the Yuri one, I felt confident, and so I decided to do a type of perspective I don't really try to do because I am terrible at it, and that is like down, like a bug eye view perspective is what I'm going to call it. I don't know if that's the actual name, but it's you if you were looking from the floor or down up at something, or if something was like downwards in your direction. And this drawing I was just focusing on the face and not the body, and so it is Yuri from Doki Doki Literature Club with her head slightly tilted up looking down at you. This drawing is ugly to me. I really don't like it. I think it is not great, and I might be able to do better one day, but when it comes to this type of perspective, I'm just not good at it, and I might make another perspective practice video with an update on if I get any better at this, but for now, I'm just not very good, but I did try. And the final drawing that I did was at a downward perspective, but I hid the bottom of the chin, which is my problem area. The next drawing, which I'm actually way more proud of, that is a downward perspective. I did use a 3D model to help me out on the chin and sort of how the body would be. But it is a drawing, or it's a sketch of Harley Quinn, which I came up with that outfit myself. It's very cute. Applaud. Okay. And it is her at a downward angle, and she's like, has her hammer, and she is like shooting a gun at somebody, like pew pew. And so for this, I used a 3D model to help me out with the face because I do have such trouble with that area. I also used it for a little bit of the body because I'm not sure how the top of the chest would be, like the bust, from like, I know you wouldn't technically see the neck too well, or like the collarbone, because I was looking at references, but it just wasn't looking right to me, and I think I could have came up with a more less stiff pose if I wasn't using the model. That is a downside of using a model, is your poses are very stiff, but I wasn't sure how the perspective of it would look, even though I was looking at a bunch of references and I was just unsure of myself, so I used the model because I was unsure of myself. In hindsight, I should have done that with the half sketch I did and the Yuri sketch, but I was trying to purely practice and I wasn't allowing myself to use the models, which I wish I did, because it is helpful to look over something and like draw over it sometimes, especially when it is perspective, because you are like, oh, so this is smaller, this small, it's only this long, oh, okay, so it gets bigger here. And sometimes when you're just replicating it, you don't exaggerate it as much as you should. Okay, on the final sketch I did was Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. This drawing, I might actually like line art it and then color it, because it is so cute and I love it so much. I used the outfit I made for Harley Quinn in the last video, and then for Poison Ivy, I just threw some leaves on her. I might change the outfit because I don't know how I feel about it. It's kind of not Poison Ivy, but I was just trying to think of an outfit that'd be easy to draw at a perspective, because I was using a reference that was like Barbie doll style. And so I wasn't sure how clothes would look like at this perspective, so I picked something skin tight so that'd be easier to draw. But I might change the outfit for the, if I do finalize this. If not, it's okay. I mean, I like the outfit. But yeah, those are my drawings for the practice. And now let's go on to the final sketch I actually did. So for the final sketch that I actually did, I decided to make a fake sort of comic book cover. Did it end up looking like a comic book cover? Not really. Did I kind of ditch the idea halfway through drawing this? Kinda. Did it still turn out okay? Did I still like it? Yeah. So this, I'm gonna explain who this character is. So this character is my own character. She is a superhero character, and she is a half alien, half human, and if the alien species she's a part of have these things called cores, and they shoot out energy, and so she could shoot energy out of her hands in any hole. I know that sounds wrong. Okay, and so for Nightstar, I wanted her because I wanted her to be like using her ability to blast energy, and so I decided to pick this scene. Maybe some bad guys are shooting at her from the top of a building, and she's like pew 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 with her arms. And you might ask, oh, okay, I should probably talk about this. So for the perspective, it's a very subtle perspective, and I covered the chin because I was gonna render this, and I didn't want to render something I thought was kind of ugly. So, you know, but it is at a perspective, and it's at a very subtle perspective because I didn't want it to be like an under the shirt shot. I feel like that'd be weird. So it's only a subtle downward perspective. But I think most I can tell because the head is slightly smaller, and then if you look at it, you see more of the bottom, like the calf instead of like the thigh, where if you were looking at her from like a normal level, you'd see both parts, but you're seeing more like, yeah, okay. And for the background, I hate backgrounds and I hate drawing buildings. So I used to I traced over 3D model because I hate drawing buildings, and I don't know how to draw buildings, but I can pretend like I do. That'll probably be my next video in this series, is trying to draw buildings because I hate drawing buildings. So for the background, I just used some assets, and this did take me a considerable amount of time, even though it wasn't like completely drawn by me. It took me probably like 3 hours because of all the coloring and the shading, and then the background, and then the background. This drawing overall probably took me like 7 hours, maybe like 6-7 hours. I did enjoy drawing it though. I enjoyed the process. I also enjoyed adding all the like effects to it, like making the bullets look like they're going fast, and adding the text, because I don't usually use text in Clip Studio because I've never really liked the text tool ever in any program that has a text tool. To me, it's kind of hard to deal with. It's actually kind of easy in Clip Studio. Oh, also, speaking of Clip Studio, since I don't have much to say for the perspective thing, other than I think I actually did decent and I like it, is that I heard that Clip Studio is moving to a subscription thing. I wouldn't be too worried. When I read through it, to my understanding, it was you have to pay for an update pass, and everything that's out now is free. Hopefully I understood that properly, but if you download Clip Studio, or if you just downloaded Clip Studio and were like, yay, I only paid $50. Woo! And now I get it for the rest of my life. And then you hear about this update pass and you want to cry. I think you're fine. I know I'm fine. Like, I'm just probably, before 2023, I'm just probably gonna have to hunt on the asset store a whole bunch. And I'm probably gonna already download all the assets I want for my drawings so that I don't have to, if the update pass locks the asset store, I'm okay. But I don't think they're gonna do that, from my understanding. I don't know what the update pass would offer, but I think we're fine. If anyone knows more about this, comment. I know people are freaking out, and I kind of freaked out too. But I think everybody's gonna be okay. Oh, also, how I made the blast, which I kind of don't like the way I made it, but I also kind of do, is I got the selection tool and then I selected and I made a bunch of I made a shape in dark purple and a shade in light purple, and then I copy and pasted the layer and slightly rotated it to make a circle. And then I had one, and then I put it on add, and then I made a line of them on add, and then I blurred them. That's how I did that. Okay, so that's the drawing. If you like the drawing, you should subscribe. If you made it this far, you should subscribe. And yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was kind of hard because I suck at perspective, but it was really fun to record. So, yeah. Thank you, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!